What's up guys, thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how I match my samples to my project tempo or BPM. I'm going to get straight into this one to keep it quite short and snappy. If you have any questions at all, let me know down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so here we are in a blank Ableton session. I already have a sample here that I'm going to use. It's by Chet Baker from his tune Almost Blue. So I'm going to go get that right now and I'll just drag it in to an audio track right here. Okay, so the issue is that I normally like to produce between 75 and 85 beats per minute. Obviously, this is a pretty slow sample, so if I go ahead and sample this, it's just not going to fit in with my tempo. So I have two methods that I normally use to match the sample to my project BPM. So in the first one, we're going to start by figuring out what the tempo of our sample actually is. So I normally just do that by trial and error. I'll play the sample back and tap the tempo in and just adjust it until I get something relatively close. Just before we go ahead and do that, make sure that warp is off on the sample, or else the sample is going to change with you changing the tempo, and we don't want that. We want the sample to remain the same. So we'll take that off, and now I'll play the sample back and try and tap the tempo in. Okay, so maybe about 60 BPM. I'll just turn the metronome on and see if that sounds about right. A bit fast, so maybe we'll go 58. Think slightly fast, try 57. Okay, so 57 sounds about right. So I'm going to highlight that little 4-bar loop here and consolidate it. So Command J or Control J on Windows. And by consolidating it, I'm basically telling Ableton that the sample is at 57 beats per minute. Now if I turn Auto Warp back on, so it did it automatically, and I change the tempo of the project to say 80 beats per minute, the sample should still be in time. So now I can make my beat at my preferred tempo and the sample will fit in with my tempo. Okay, so I've gone back to the original sample tempo to show you the second method, and to be honest, this is the method that I use most often. I find that it's more creative and flexible, and that's basically first setting the project tempo and then pitching the sample so that it matches the project tempo. So for example, I normally like to start off at 82 beats per minute. So first of all, we'll make sure auto warp is off. Then I'll change to 82 beats per minute. 82 there. And of course, the sample will sound way too slow for 82 BPM. If you pitch a sample up, the sample will play back faster. If you pitch it down, it will play back slower. So we can go ahead and try maybe 3 semitones. Again, this is very much trial and error. I think maybe a bit more, let's go 5. Maybe even more, 6. Okay, so now the sample is in time with my 82 beats per minute. It's pitched up, so it's got a bit of a different sound, and that's fine. I personally prefer the pitched down sound, especially for lo-fi hip-hop. It's a bit more characteristic. So what I'm going to do now is try and achieve a similar tempo, pitching it down. Obviously, the sample will be in halftime. I'll go down to maybe -4 to start off with. It needs to be slower than that, so we'll try -6. That sounds about right, but it sounds a bit too low for me. So what I'm going to do is raise the tempo to maybe 88. And then maybe I can go to -5 semitones instead of -6. So I'll go ahead, again, consolidate that. Now that I have a usable sample, I would go ahead and put that into Ableton Simpler so that I can chop it up, rearrange, play about with it, and turn it into a beat. So I hope this video helped you out, and let me know down below if your approach to sampling is similar to this or completely different. Don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss out on future videos. Thank you so much. Peace.